What is happening, everyone? It is your boy Brad here. Welcome along to the Big Brad channel, and today's video is a video dedicated to the heroes of 2020/2021. Year 2020 is done, and unfortunately it did not come home. But I've got to say one thing. I am absolutely proud of what the boys accomplished. Gareth Southgate went into this tournament with a game plan. It worked for a period, it worked throughout the whole tournament. We didn't lose a game in 90 minutes or 120 minutes. So that is something to build on and try and come back from. Obviously, penalties, they are what you call a lottery, basically, or a game of poker, basically, where you don't know who's going to win. It's a game where it's a completely different ball game to the whole game. I mean, the penalty pressure of taking penalties in front of the world and the eyes of the world and the eyes of the country, it is unreal. It is unreal. And basically, I am here to dedicate what I call an amazing tournament. It was unbelievable. The thrill ride that the boys gave us through all what has happened over the last year. Euro 2020 was supposed to be last year, obviously. I'm saying that out of obvious. But we moved on a year because of the COVID pandemic. And those guys, they can hold their heads up and be so proud. They have done the nation proud. I mean, there's some scumbags out there who racially abused Bukayo Saka, Marcus Rashford and Jadon Sancho moments after they missed their penalties in the spot kicks, which I just find absolutely disgusting. And Marcus Rashford's picture, or I can't remember what they call it now in Manchester, it was violated by graffiti, and people had put really bad things, wrote bad things on it with the graffiti, and that since has been covered up with support from the public in Manchester, and that's a beautiful sign. And Bukayo Saka, the poor lad, 19 years of age, he stepped up to that penalty and he gave it his all, but it just wasn't to be. And I've got to respect what Calvin Phillips did as well. The first man to go running up to Bukayo after he missed, and he had his hands in his face, as the whole nation did. And he was really devastated and upset that he'd just missed the most crucial penalty for England since 1996. I mean, the devastating curse of the penalties, it continues. I mean, Southgate had really bad memories of 1996 in his head, probably. And we had memories of 2006, losing on penalties to Portugal. But we move on. We move on from this. And all I've got to say is I have never, ever in my lifetime been taken on such a ride of emotions. The wave of emotion that those boys gave us was just, it was exhilarating. It was absolutely exhilarating. This is the first time in my lifetime that I have ever seen an England team look so together. I mean, I have never seen an England team look so together in my life. They look like a family. They look like a family, just together. Win together, you lose together. It's as simple as that. And you saw that after the penalty miss from Saka. Everyone was round him, consoling him. Gareth went over, gave him a hug. It was like a father hugging his son after he'd missed like a crucial shot or crucial penalty or whatever, like Saka did. And he went up to him. And I've seen the video. I've seen after the game. I watched that after the game, and he just went over to Saka, put his arms around him, and gave him a hug. And That was just a touching moment. It was like a father and son moment. But the boys did us proud. The boys, they can hold their heads up. They played each game like it was a final. They played each game like it was a final, and they played with their hearts on their sleeves, and it was an unbelievable ride, and I'm just so happy that it nearly came home. It nearly came home. We were within 20, 25, 15 minutes of it coming home, but then it was snatched away from us. Thanks to Leonardo Bonucci's equaliser. Then we went for extra time and then the penalties, and it didn't come home. And but like I said, I couldn't be any more prouder. There are people out there that are just like me, that we need to just take it on the chin and just move on. We've got 2022 coming up. Qatar, World Cup. Let's turn our attention to that, because Euro 2020 is done. And the boys gave their all. They did their best. But they just came up short. But there were some pros and cons within the tournament, saying, like, people saying, oh, he needs to expand a bit and play a better brand of football. But that brand of football, it worked against Germany, a team we never beat. We have not beaten in international tournament since 1996. Does that say something? We played that same brand of football against Germany and no one complained. No one complained until now. But we couldn't hold on against the Italians like we did against the Germans. But for me, this is my opinion, and most people will agree with me, most people will not agree with me, but excuse me, not Corona, by the way. But for me, when it got to the 60th to the 65th minute, that is where he needed to change things up a bit, because the Italians literally had the game by the scruff of the neck, literally, and I'll get to that in a minute. But the Italians had the game by the scruff of the neck. They were controlling things in the midfield. Verratti was just pulling the strings. Barella had the ball as well. Jorginho was pulling passes together as well. And we were just getting pulled apart. And it was that time where we needed a bit of flair to go forward. And I don't know why he didn't make the subs there and then, but he thought we could hold off and get the result that we needed, but we didn't. We didn't get the result we needed, and we ended up tying the game, which for me, on the balance of play, we could have got beaten. We could have got beaten, but we held off until the penalties, and then obviously you know the rest is history from there. But again, I'm happy with Gareth Southgate. I am literally buzzing still at the fact that we've reached a major final in my lifetime. But unfortunately, we lost. And at the end of the day, that's football. You win some, you lose some. You win together, you lose together. That's the mentality that you need. I mean, we lost the semi-final against Croatia in 2018. England was heartbroken. It was the first time we'd got to a semi-final for quite a while. And we lost. We lost, and England was heartbroken. But on Sunday, that was just an out-of-body experience. The moment that Saka missed, oh my goodness, the whole country just melted, and literally, the realisation that we just lost a penalty shootout again brought back so many bad memories. But think of it this way. Gareth Southgate has done something that no other manager before him, the likes of Roy Hodgson, Steve McLaren, Sven-Göran Eriksson, they have not done before him. Get to a major cup final. Get to a major international tournament final. And we came up short, but we move on. Simple as that. It's done. Club football comes next. Back with the Arsenal. Playing tonight as well, incidentally, against Hibernian in a pre-season friendly. Hopefully get to see Nuno Tavares in his debut match. But England, we move on. 2022 is on the horizon. Qatar, winter, it's there for the taking. We have proven that we can match with the best. Yeah, we didn't play anyone after Germany. Everyone will say, oh, you had it easy, you had it all, this, that and the other. But UEFA, they were the ones that formatted the tournament. They were the ones that formatted. Then the president of UEFA had the audacity to come out and say, oh, it wasn't fair on everyone else. Well, why did you format it that way then? If you knew that England were going to go down that way. You formatted it that way, so it's on you. It's not on England. England just played the games and did their best. Yes, we played 6 out of 7 games at Wembley. That's the way you formatted the whole tournament. You silly, inconsistent idiots. That's why I think of UEFA. And I hate them. Absolutely hate them. But we roll into 2022. And all I can say is I'm absolutely proud. I'm absolutely proud of this team. Rashford, Sancho, Saka. I send my love to you all. And I hope that we do tackle online abuse, because it is getting out of hand. And I saw that Tyrone Mings had posted about the Home Secretary, and oh my goodness, the things he had to say were true. She came out and said that it was disgusting, but beforehand she was saying something about that the England players shouldn't take the knee, so Tyrone Mings reacted, and that's exactly what he did. And he did it in the right way possible. So you can't really blame him. But, like I said, we were given the most exhilarating thrill ride of them all. A major tournament final for the first time in my life. I wasn't around. I was only 1 year old, not even 2 yet, when England reached the Euro 96 semi-final against Germany. And I mean, my first major international tournament that I managed to watch, like, properly, was Euro 2004. I did watch the World Cup in 2002, and I did see Ronaldinho do what he did to David Seaman, and that really did hurt. And most of it hurt from there on then, because we didn't get very far. Euro 2008 was a joke because we didn't even make the tournament. The World Cup of 2014, we didn't even get out of our group. Euro 2016, we all know what happened. The World Cup in 2014, we know what happened there. We didn't even get out of the group. Euro 2016, we all know what happened there. We lost to Iceland. World Cup of 2018, we lose against Croatia. And then the World Cup in 2018, we obviously, we lost to Croatia. And then Euro 2020, we get to the final, lose to the Azzurri. They have 34 games unbeaten, and that's it. We just move on to the next step, which is the World Cup next year in Qatar. So let's get on with it. So everybody, keep your heads up, keep your chins held high, keep your heads held high, and just experience there. Just enjoy the ride. We were given the best ride possible. We came up short. That's football. Let's move on. So guys, if you do enjoy the video, slap a like on it, subscribe to my channel for more content. Until next time, we'll see you later.